Hi everyone, my name is Aeysha. I'm a yoga teacher and a volunteer for Warrior Yoga. For this week's wellness package, we're really going to focus our movement on being really relaxing, grounding, and nourishing. So we're going to spend most of the time lying close towards our mat, just finding a little bit of some feel-good flow, feel-good stretches. So let's get started on our backs today. So coming to lie down onto your mat. And take a shavasana-like shape, so legs and arms are long, taking up as much room as feels good for you. And either close your eyes down or just still the gaze to one spot, whatever feels more safe and comfortable for you. Giving yourself a few moments here to really starting to acclimatize to being on your mat or on the earth. Notice any sounds around you. Notice the temperature of the air against your skin. And then notice if you're furrowing at the brow or squinting at the eyes or clenching the teeth in the jaw, and just try to relax all of the areas around the face. And then start to really feel the weight of your body against the earth. Notice your skull pressing down towards the ground. Notice the shoulder blades flat along the earth. Notice your pelvis resting on the ground. And notice your heels heavy on the earth beneath you. And then take these next few moments here to really focus on your breath. You can always bring one hand onto the heart and one hand onto the belly if that helps you feel more connected to the breath. And take these next 3 to 4 breaths here just to think about following the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. And sometimes it even helps to say the words inhale, exhale to yourself, really trying to let any other thoughts fade to the background. Not completely go, as it's our brain's job to think. They might always be there, but fade a little more to the background so we can focus instead on this feeling and sensation of our breath. Now gently start to reach your arms behind you so your biceps are by your ears. Point your toes, point your fingers. Take a really big inhale through your nose and sigh at the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach, grow really long. Exhale, let it go. Then gently send your heels over to the bottom left corner of your mat and catch a hold of your right wrist so your arms are still reaching behind you. Start to curve your body over to the left as well, so you're making this banana-like shape, reaching over towards the left. You might even cross your right ankle over the left. If it doesn't feel good to catch a hold of the wrist, just let go and reach the fingertips to the left. Think about keeping your hips down on towards the ground and let your gaze just fall heavy wherever is comfortable. And take a few breaths here, breathing into this opening along the right side of your body. And start to recenter your body on your mat. And one more time, point your toes, big reach back with your fingers, big inhale through the nose, sigh at the mouth. Send your heels over to the right corner. Reach the arms over to the right again, or not again, but over to the right, finding this now banana-like shape on the right side. You might cross your left ankle over your right. And again, take a few breaths here. This time we stretch out that entire left side of our body. And again, start to recenter your body back onto your mat. Except this time, tuck your right knee in towards the chest and wrap your arms around the leg and take a few breaths here. It might feel nice to gently rock the leg from side to side. See if that works for you. But by all means, if stillness feels better, stay still. And always know that hand can be around the back of the thigh as well if that feels better. Just thinking about gently drawing the right knee down and in towards the right armpit. Gently release the right leg all the way down towards the ground, and let's switch sides. Tuck the left knee in towards your chest, wrap the arms around the left leg, and again, find stillness or maybe find a little bit of that rocking from side to side. Now tuck both your knees in towards your chest and wrap your arms around your legs, and just take a moment or two here, just wrapping your arms around your body, giving yourself a little hug. Again, either being still or maybe finding a little bit of rocking from side to side, massaging out the back. And now actually extend your arms and legs up towards the sky. So feel free to have a bend in the knees and the elbows. Doesn't matter if the legs are straight. It's more about finding comfort here. And actually what we're going to do is shake. So just shake out the arms, shake out the legs. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just about releasing some tension in the body, about letting go of some energy, just shaking it all out. For 3, 2, 1, tuck the knees back in towards your chest. Again, arms wrap around the legs. Take a moment here. And we'll come up to a seat. So 2 ways to do this. Either hands on the backs of the thighs, and if it feels okay on your back, you can roll up and down the spine until eventually you come up to a seat. If that doesn't feel good, simply send the knees off to one side so you're in a fetal-like position. After taking a moment here, press the ground away with an available hand and rise up towards the seat. We'll all find cross-legged position here. So from this shape, think about really rooting the seat bones down. Think about growing really tall through your spine, rolling the shoulder blades up and back. Again, your choice whether you want the eyes closed or whether you'd like them open. Let's drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then chin drops down and around until your left ear reaches for your left shoulder. If it feels okay on your neck, circle the head all the way back and move through this a few more times, just making a few head rolls here. And let's switch directions. And draw the head back up to neutral. Let's take it down to the shoulders. So draw the shoulders up, down the back, and then forward. Moving through this a few more times. And it might feel really nice to keep this isolated to the shoulders, or it might feel good to let the arms also expand out towards the sides. So the arms make circles as the shoulders do as well. And let's switch directions. Bring the shoulders down to neutral. Bring the right fingertips or the hand down towards the ground. Reach the left arm up and over, stretching out the left side of the body. Think about rolling that left shoulder blade up and back, gazing to the left, maybe even up towards the sky. And let's switch sides. Left hand down, reach the right arm up and over, stretching out the right side of the body. We'll do that one more time, each side a little bit faster. Right hand down, reach up and over with the left. And left hand down, reach up and over with the right. Rise back up, bring the hands behind you, pinch the shoulder blades together, lift the heart any amount, take a big inhale. As you exhale, gently just round the spine, chin drops down towards your chest. Let's do that a few more times. As you inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulder blades back. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round your spine like you're arching your back, any amount. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Just come back up to neutral. You can either stay here with the hands behind you if this already feels like a little bit of a stretch to be in crossed legs, or bring your hands in front of you. And again, take another big inhale here. Roll the shoulders up and back. And as you exhale, crawl the hands forward any amount so that we start to fold over our legs. Now stop wherever you start to feel the stretch and take a few breaths here. Try to let the crown of the head drop down towards the ground any amount. And breathe here again, returning to that notion of long, slow, deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And again, if at any point the mind tries to pull you into another line of thought, return to that home of your breath. It's there for you. Thinking about your inhales and your exhales, watching that rhythm, maybe even repeating those words to yourself again. Inhale, exhale. Let's take a few more breaths here. Gently start to walk your hands back in. Try to let the head be the last thing to come up. And when you make it back towards the top, bring your hands behind you, look down at the cross of your legs, and gently just switch the cross of your legs so we switch sides. Now again, that choice to have the hands behind you, staying here, nice tall spine. Or if you'd like to take that forward fold, fingertips in front of you, find a big inhale, crown of the spine, crown of the head grows tall along with the spine. As you exhale, fold any amount over your legs. We'll take a few breaths here. Gently start to walk the hands back in, peel the spine up, head comes up very, very last. And then from here, let's tee out the arms, and we're going to move into what's called eagle arms. So let's bring the right arm underneath of the left, so the elbows cross over top of each other. Now either the forearms intertwine, palms try to touch, or if that feels like too much, bring your hands on top of your shoulders. So whatever your variation you're in, as you inhale, lift your gaze and lift your elbows. As you exhale, round your spine, draw your chin to your chest, and we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the elbows. Exhale, let's round. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, round, and hold here this time at the bottom of the exhale. Really think about trying to pull the shoulder blades apart from each other so there's some space in between the middle of the back. Let's take a few breaths here. And again, 1 vertebra at a time, start to round the spine all the way up. Try to see if the head can come up last. And when you make it to the top, let's unravel the arms and we'll switch sides. So this time, left arm underneath of right, elbows cross, either forearms continue to cross and palms touch, or just place the hands on the shoulders. And again, as we inhale, lift the elbows, lift the gaze. As you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. 1 last time, inhale. Exhale. And again, at the bottom of this exhale, let's hold, dropping the chin towards the chest. And again, thinking about drawing the shoulder blades apart and down from each other and sending your breath into the back of your body, thinking about puffing up the back to the back wall behind you. Take another few breaths here. One vertebra at a time, start to roll the spine all the way back up. Head comes up very last. When you make it to the top, unravel the arms, bring them down towards the sides of the bodies, and let's move into a tabletop. So in a tabletop, our wrists are right underneath of our shoulders, our knees are right underneath of our hips. And from here, we'll move through a few cat-cows. So as you inhale, drop your belly, open up across the collarbones, gaze forward, maybe slightly up. As you exhale, chin towards your chest, arch through your back. We'll move that a few more times. So as you inhale, drop the belly into your cow. As you exhale, arch the back. And move through this a few more times at your own pace, thinking about just following your breath. Start to come back to a neutral spine. From here, we'll move through a few circles. So think about sending the body over towards the right. Then the hips drop back a little bit towards the heels. Send the body over to the left. Shoulders go a little past the wrists. And just continue to make a few circles here with the body. Let's switch directions. Again, let's come back to neutral. Now from here, reach your left arm forward and start to make really big circles with the left arm. The gaze can follow the fingertips if that feels all right on your gaze. And really think about making the circles as large as you can so we really start to get into that shoulder joint here. And let's switch directions. And the next time your left arm is reaching up high towards the sky, hold it here. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, weave your left arm underneath of the right, and we'll pulse to that 2 more times. So as you inhale, reach the arm all the way back up high. As you exhale, weave left arm under right, the right arm will bend. And one more time, as you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, weave left arm under right, except this time let the left arm land, the left shoulder land, the left side of the head land, and take a few breaths here. It might feel nice to gently walk the right fingertips forward. Just breathing here. Gently press the right palm down and towards the ground. Lift the left arm all the way back up high. And then set the left hand down, and we'll switch over to the right. So start to draw those circles with the right arm. Maybe gaze follows the fingers, making the circles really big. Switch directions. The next time the right arm is reaching to the sky, hold it there. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, weave right arm underneath the left, and we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach the right arm way back up high. Exhale, right arm underneath. One last time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, weave right arm underneath the left. This time, land the right hand down the right shoulder, right side of the head. Maybe walk those left fingertips forward. Just take a few breaths here. Press the left palm down on towards the ground. Reach the right arm all the way back up high. Then set the right hand down on towards the ground. Now make your way all the way down onto your belly. From your belly, root your forehead, the tops of your feet on the ground, and cactus out your arms. Now tent the fingertips so the palms are lifted up off the ground, just the finger pads are down, and the elbows poke up towards the sky. Now as you inhale, lift the torso up for what's called rolling cobra. As you exhale, wave the spine back down. We'll do that 2 more times. As you inhale, ripple your spine up. As you exhale, wave right back down. One last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Once your forehead is back down on the ground, pull your hands underneath of your shoulders, rise back up to tabletop, and then press back to a wide-legged child's pose. So in wide-legged child's pose, toes are together, knees are about mat-width distance, sink your hips back, forehead roots down on the ground, hands reach forward. Now this isn't a comfortable pose for all of us, so if this doesn't feel good, bring the knees together, forehead still down towards the ground, but the hands reach behind you. Take whichever variation works best for you today. And we'll take a few breaths here. Very gently start to rise all the way back up to your tabletop. And then from your tabletop, we'll just come down to a seat so that we can get ready to come onto our backs. So slowly start to lower down on towards your back. Bring the soles of your feet onto the ground. And bring the arms out either into a T or a cactus-like shape. From here, lift the hips up, set them about 1 inch or 2 towards the left. And now fully tuck the knees in towards the chest and let the knees drape over towards the right so we come into a twist. So it can feel nice to gaze away from the knees, but if that hurts the neck at all, just let the gaze be wherever it feels good. And breathe here in this twist. Gently lift your gaze back up towards the sky. Return to your back, soles of the feet come back on towards the ground, and recenter out the hips. And now set the hips a little bit towards the right. Tuck your knees in towards your chest, let the knees fall over towards the left. Maybe you choose to gaze away from your knees. Take a few breaths here. Gently lift the gaze back up towards the sky. Return to the back. Feet land back on the ground. Recenter your hips. Now just gently cross your right ankle over your left thigh, finding this figure four-like shape. So this might feel like a lot already in the right hip. If it does, stay here. Or you can always draw the left knee in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around the left leg, either on the shin or the back of the thigh. And take a few breaths here. With the left foot lifted up off of the ground, just gently return the left foot to the ground. Unhook the right ankle, land the right foot back down, and let's switch sides. Left ankle hooks over top of the right thigh, and either staying just as you are, or maybe drawing the right knee in towards the chest, arms wrapping anywhere around that right leg, and taking a few breaths here. That right foot lifted up off of the ground, gently set the right foot down. Land the left foot as well. Now again, lift the arms and the legs to the sky, and just like when we started, feeling free to have a bend in the elbows and the knees, just shake it all out. Let Let the wrists go, let the ankles go, let the knees go, the elbows go for 3, 2, 1. Now just find a little bit of stillness here. Arms and legs still suspended in the air, and breathe here. Just noticing the feeling in the body. Take a really big inhale through your nose. Big sigh out the mouth. And then gently tuck your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and take a moment here, just giving yourself a little bit of gratitude for moving today, for taking this time to be with yourself and be with your body, for taking this time to seek presence. Gently curl your nose up in towards your knees. Curl into this tiny little ball. One more time, take a big inhale. And as we exhale, sigh it out the mouth, open into Shavasana. So take up that space with your arms and your legs. Closing down the eyes, or again, just stilling the gaze to one spot, whatever is the most safe and comfortable for you. As we take these final few moments here, just to breathe again, just to be with our bodies, to find a little bit of stillness, to find a little bit of presence. And again, always knowing any time your mind becomes overwhelming, a flurry of thoughts, your breath is here for you. Whether it's right now, the thoughts start to seep in, or if it's any point in your day, redirect to your breath, even repeating the words in your mind, inhale and exhale, just to feel a little more grounded, a little bit more rooted in the right here and the right now. We'll find rest for a few moments here, and I'll call us back when it's time. Start to take a few deeper breaths in and out of your nose. And start to invite a little bit of movement back into your body. So anything here that feels natural for you, it might be wiggling your fingers and your toes. It might be rocking the head from side to side, or starting to roll out your wrists and your ankles. Just taking your time with it. And when you feel ready, let yourself curl up into a little ball on one side, finding the fetal position, tucking your knees up in towards your body, resting your head on your arm, and just taking a few breaths here. Gently start to press yourself up to a seat, maybe sitting with crossed legs, maybe sitting back on the heels, whatever is comfortable for you. And maybe even bringing hands to heart center if that feels good. If not, have your hands rest anywhere that feels good for you. I'm going to close down my eyes. You're welcome to do the same, or again, just still the gaze to one spot. Just taking one last final round of breath here. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Big sigh out the mouth. Thanking yourself once again for your practice. Thanking yourself for taking this time to be with your body, to reset the mind, to find a little bit more balance. Namaste. I hope you're feeling a little bit more grounded, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more present after that practice. Just always knowing this practice is here for you when you need it, and especially that breath. It's all in your body. Everything you need to ground down, to restore, to replenish is right here. So feeling like you have that power to tap into it anytime you need. Thank you.